we go on the Monday edition, not the Victory Monday edition, just the normal, regular, schmegular Monday edition of Mr. Irrelevant. I'm Alex Strouf with you from the Gruber Law Offices, one called Adsall Studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. JOSHY DiMaggio is here. Will Sommers is here. Hunter Vaughn is with us as well. Back at the Everlight Solar Studios in downtown Madison, running the show for us as always. As the Packers fall to 5-2-1 on the season, they get beat at Lambeau Field by the Carolina Panthers. 16-13, the final score in that one, as the Packers are shocked. 13.5-point favorites, and they fall in that one. And we'll get through the slew of issues that are coming out of this game and you know, all of the problems that the Packers seemingly are having when they face teams they should take care of. Now, this is the second time, debatably really the third time, that they didn't walk out of a game they should have won with a win. They're 2-1 in those games. They've lost to the Browns and now the Panthers, and they tied with the Cowboys in a game they should have won. And that is troublesome. That is problematic because you've got some good wins, at least on the schedule. Obviously, Detroit in week 1. Washington doesn't look as good of a win as maybe we thought it was in week 2. But Arizona, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati, your other 3 wins, you felt good about some of those. And now at 5-2-1, despite you still being in first place of the NFC North, thank you, Vikings, things feel bad. And obviously worse with the news of Tucker Kraft that we'll get to in a moment. But the Panthers, walk-off field goal, 16-13, the final from Lambeau Field yesterday. The team that had more first downs, 104 more yards of offense, 5 trips to the red zone versus 3 trips to the red zone, won the time of possession battle, and were 13.5-point favorites. That team lost the game yesterday. More first downs, 104 more yards of offense, 2 more trips to the red zone, 5 total, 1 time of possession, and we're 13.5-point favorites. Lost the football game. That's what happened in Green Bay yesterday. I'm still a little bit surprised by what we witnessed. Lots to get through as the Packers lose to 16-13 and have to wait a week from today as they will host the Philadelphia Eagles next Monday. Hi, Joshy.
What about what you saw yesterday surprised you? Because to me, I saw a team do exactly what they've done this season and for large swaths of Matt LaFleur's career as the team's head coach.
Underperform. Simple mistakes, bad play calling.
The thing you don't like to say, playing down to your opponents.
Yes.
Which, if there is ever a team to define as playing down to their opponents, it's the Green Bay Packers. And I think that's why you don't like it, because they do it so much. And it's not a good thing to say about a team, because you watch good teams play bad teams across the league, and sure, there's the odd upset, and it'll make you scratch your head. But when you look at the good teams playing the bad teams across the NFL, they usually beat them by multiple scores. They usually have the game in hand for large portions of it. They get their backups in, and you kind of just coast.
Yeah, not a lot of that yesterday in the NFL, but I agree with you overall with the theme of that. I think the reason more so I don't like to say it is because I don't know that the Packers should be considered a top 3, 4, 5 team in the NFL yet. Even after that win in Pittsburgh where we were riding high?
I think you're making the terms too specific. There's good teams and there's bad teams. The Packers are clearly in the good teams, and the Carolina Panthers are clearly in the bad teams. It's that easy. And so are the Cleveland Browns. I don't think Dallas Cowboys are quite bad team. They're on the fringe.
Yeah, I don't know that they're particularly a good team either. But.
Right.
The
correct.
definition of mid.
It would be aggressive to say that they're good. But this is who the head coach is, and this is how he gets his guys going. And I'll say it right now. I would be entirely unsurprised if Matt LaFleur calls a dandy of a game, has the best game plan, and they go out and throttle the Eagles. That would be the most Matt LaFleur thing to ever happen.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what the Packers have been this season, I mentioned their record. They're 5-2-1. They have 2 losses and a tie. The 2 losses, as Josh just mentioned, are the Browns and obviously yesterday against the Panthers.
Maybe
the tie to the
2
Cowboys.
of the worst losses in all the NFL this year.
I would argue maybe the 2 worst losses in the NFL this year.
That's what I was
judging by Vegas spreads.
Yes,
they probably are the 2 worst.
Yeah,
losses.
not like and I know we'll get to this, but not like how bad it was for Cincinnati yesterday against Chicago. When you allow a 60-yard touchdown with, 15 seconds left to play? Less than that?
13.
Yeah, excuse me.
13 or 17. Some odd number in the teens.
Yeah, that's a bad loss. But I'm talking in terms of expectations going in and final score. These have to be the two worst losses in the league this year because of the reason. And it always goes back to this for me. Okay, it's very simple how you should analyze an NFL team, and really this applies in all sports. What are your expectations of the team? The expectations for the Green Bay Packers prior to this season beginning. So let's say after they traded for Micah Parsons, after they add to their defense a generational talent. The expectations when you make a move like that and you pay your quarterback top 3, top 4 quarterback money, and you have this head coach who everybody touts as an offensive genius, the expectation when you put all that together is what? Win a Super Bowl. Compete for a Super Bowl. Win championships. Chase championships. Okay? That's the expectation. And when you are losing on the road in Cleveland, and when you're getting embarrassed on your home field, yet winning all these statistical categories that I just read off, right? You had more first downs, you had more yards, you had more trips to the red zone, you won time of possession. You were 13.5-point favorites, and you lose those football games? That's not just getting upset. That's not just losing a game that was really close and it could have broke either way. That's not what this is. This is you flat out embarrassing yourselves. This is you shouting to the NFL, hey, we're frauds. We're not as good as you think we are. That's what the Packers displayed yesterday. And obviously your ego and some of your moxie and your swagger takes a hit when one of your leaders leaves that game and now is out for the season in Tucker Kraft, which is an awful blow to this team. Tucker Kraft was on an all-pro trajectory this season. He was the best tight end in football. So yeah, that sucks. But to go back to what JOSHY said, it's pretty binary. It's 1 or 0. It's black or white. The Packers supposed to be a good team. The Panthers supposed to be a bad team. You should win that football game every day of the week. And self-inflicted wounds and penalties and turnovers and bad play calling, this is not the first time we've had to address this with this team. Even in the Jordan Love era. Losing games you shouldn't because of bad play calling, self-inflicted wounds, penalties, turnovers, etc. It's the same story. And to JOSHY's point, they're probably going to beat Philadelphia by 10 points next week because that's just the most on-brand Matt LaFleur recovery game imaginable in a season like this where the expectations are so high and now you have pooped the bed twice, really 3 times. I think you can call that Dallas game like that too. So that's the frustrating part for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's a continuous thing with Matt LaFleur. I've been harping on it all season. I think there are finer points you can talk about, like the Packers' inability to stop the run in a very obvious situation where we knew what that team wanted to do. We can also talk about Matt LaFleur not stressing and not getting a team out to a lead, because playing with a lead and preventing a team to be able to sit comfortable and run the ball is a good way to take advantage. He had a quote where he said, we knew what they were going to do and they went out and executed. Well, why'd you let them do it then?
Yep.
Don't let them do that. If that's what they're going to do and that's their path to victory, when they start doing it and keep doing it, do something to stop it. And how he and Jeff Hafley didn't figure that out, how Matt LaFleur hasn't figured out that the run defense is a big issue. So if you play close, if you play bad teams close or you play good teams close, there's likely going to be a mismatch disadvantage for you. You are going to be in a spot where your team is going to struggle to get off the field. There's a lot of things that happen every single week that you can point to. 4th and 8 late in the game, 11 minutes. In case you were wondering, I ran it through the 4th down bot. The decision should have been and was analytically based on kicking a field goal. Because you had so much time left with the timeouts and an underperforming offense on the other side, there was a good case to be made for you being able to get the points there, play defense, get the ball back, and win a game. And Matt LaFleur, even though he's not as emotional outwardly this season as he was last season, he looked like he was in tears basically multiple times last season. This season, he's kept it to himself, but then he makes emotional decisions. It seemed like he was frustrated and he said, F it, let's just do it. And that cost them the game. It's now the 4th or 5th entry into Matt LaFleur doesn't know what he's doing in the biggest pressure situations. This stuff keeps happening. And I said this, was it the Browns loss? I don't know if Matt LaFleur is the guy to win a Super Bowl. I think I'm finally there. I think he's a good head coach. I think he's going to help your win percentages, but win percentages only matter so much. The goal is to win Super Bowls. It's called Title Town. They've all told us. Goody made the moves to make you a Super Bowl contender. He gave you the pieces. And you went out there and laid 2 eggs against 2 of the worst teams in all the NFL. Embarrassing franchises.
Yeah.
You were given a challenge by Ed Policy that said, you're not getting contract extensions. We're going to see how it goes. Well, guess what, Matt? You have certainly not earned one to this point. Brian Gutekunst has.
I agree.
Almost undoubtedly. And now you're at a point where you're fighting for your career.
I agree with you. I think legitimately how the rest of this season plays out determines how long Matt LaFleur is the head coach of this team. I just want to read this comment because there's plenty more where that came from JOSHY. Our guy Hawkins says, this is my first time being live. I made time in my workday because I need to hear Josh tear into Matt LaFleur to feel better.
There's more to come. I've got a lot to say about him. It's just, I mean, it's very clear that upon watching the game, defenses have Matt LaFleur figured out.
Yep.
And he is too stubborn to change his approach. He's too stubborn to follow the course that you go into too high shell. He's got nothing to beat you. Nothing whatsoever. There is no options. Now, we watched Dan Quinn get his doors blown off last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he runs? Too high shell. A whole lot of it. And Sam Darnold and the bleeping Seahawks are able to do that? You're supposed to be able to do that too. And it seems like he knows what teams are doing to him, and he's unwilling to change it because he wants to run the ball and he wants to take deep shots. And the deep shots aren't there. One of them was intercepted. No. One of them, Matthew Golden almost made an amazing play on. And the other one, Christian Watson's just bigger than the other guy.
Made a really nice play on it. But you're right. The size help. But that's why you take a shot like that. But that's the only one that really worked out. Right. Is that one to Watson.
And it was still probably an ill-advised throw if you go back and look at the odds of what are the odds of this being a completion in this situation with 2 guys on him.
Yeah, look, it's pretty clear, us as a fan base, the temperature has changed on Matt LaFleur.
Welcome.
I mean, it's not just you anymore, man. I never thought you were out on an island because I think a lot of people felt the same way you did throughout this season. But as we've talked about with the Bucks, as we've talked about with the Packers, as we've talked about with the Brewers, winning cures everything, right? If you get out of here with a win, the anger and vitriol towards Matt LaFleur today is a little bit quieter and a little bit cooler than it is given a loss, which is ultimately what happened, a 16-13 loss. I'm loving the comments that are firing in right now. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. I want to read a few of them. Matt City Brew says, Matt LaFleur, quote, "We're going to call a 5-yard pass behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 2, end quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
The horizontal passing game. The horizontal passing game isn't working because every team knows what they're doing. When they lined up in that trips formation, I believe that was in the 4th quarter.
Such a giveaway.
It got blown up, and it gets blown up every time because there's really one thing you can run out of that formation that deep into the red zone.
That would be a screen.
Everybody knows what's happening. Yeah.
That was also the 3rd and 2 that set up the 4th and 8, where I thought if he was going to go for it, he'd run the ball there and then go for it anyway.
Correct.
I mean, the bottom line is I don't think this team has the talent to overcome a net negative coach that is Matt LaFleur. They are a good team that is being led by a coach who's holding the map upside down and doesn't know where the hell he's going. I thought last weekend in the second half we were going to find out their identity, and they were just right back to being a Jane Doe. No identity.
Oh, good line. Yeah, I agree. Some other comments, Chef Ed. LaFleur's play sheet. A selfie and 2 plays. Jacobs up the middle and throw it to Dobbs.
It has a mirror on it so he can check his eyebrows that he gets manicured weekly.
Brett Noclair, he's Marty Schottenheimer. Here's one thing I don't agree with. Matthew says the defense did enough to get a win yesterday, only 16 points allowed. Most scenarios I would agree with that. They couldn't get off the field. They could not get off the field.
I mean, 16 points in almost every NFL game is usually a winning situation. They did enough. Bryce Young had 102 passing yards.
Yeah, Bryce Young.
They gave up 163 rushing yards or something along those lines. But here's the fact. Devontae Wyatt's not there and Kenny Clark was traded.
Yep.
They have an issue there. They don't have enough bodies and they don't have guys that are good enough at stopping the run.
Yeah, I mean, but look at this, right? So first drive of the game, 3 plays for Carolina. It took 2.5 minutes off the time, right? They were just milking clock. Second quarter, 15 plays, 70-yard drive, 8.5 minutes. That was the tiptoe interception by Xavier McKinney. Next drive, 10 plays, 76 yards, 5.5 minutes, touchdown. That was their final drive of the first half. Punt, 6 plays, 3 minutes. Touchdown, 8 plays, 4.5 minutes. Punt, 4 plays, 3.5 minutes. And then ultimately the field goal.
I got to be honest,
expired.
I stopped listening because you mentioned halftime, and I haven't heard anyone bring this up since it happened yesterday. Matt LaFleur, before halftime, with the ability to go down and score points, called 2 run plays and let a ton of time bleed off clock. Does that not feel oddly reminiscent to the whole situation we had happen at the end of the fourth quarter? Was it in Arizona? Mm-hmm. Why are we doing that? I mean, Greg Olsen said, why are they running the ball?
Why are they still running the football?
It's because you have a very reliable field goal kicker who you trust from 40 yards out.
Yeah, you just score touchdowns.
Well.
What? That was sarcasm, but I'm backing you up on it being a dumb decision. Like, you know your field goal kicker hasn't been the most consistent over the past few weeks. Might as well go for the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's just time to cut the bleep. The guy stinks right now.
He stinks. You have a guy who's been good for you. Will it be the right option long term? I don't know, but it's time to just flip the page. Or if you're going to continue to roster 2 kickers, let Haversick play next week against Philly.
Yes.
Let him be active.
Right.
At least.
There was a number of times.
Keeping 2 kickers active is a choice, but we could do it. No, sorry, Hunter, go ahead.
There were a number of times, because going back to the comment about, like, they held him to 16 points. I multiple times thought, if they're playing a competent team, this is 30 points. Like, they play that way against a good team, and the Packers would have gotten blown out on Sunday. They got lucky that they were playing a bad team, so it was a tighter game than what it was.
Yeah, you also forget Bryce Young had that incredibly horrible interception to Xavier McKinney in the red zone. Like, imagine if they even would have put up 3 points there, the Packers would have lost outright.
And that's the thing, and that's why you stress stopping the run, even if it's overcommitting and maybe putting some of your defensive backs out on an island. If you overcommit to stopping the run, then Bryce Young's throwing the ball, and we saw what happens when Bryce Young throws the ball. He throws it.
Not very many good things.
He throws it 6 yards short of a guy he's targeting in the end zone, and almost entirely uncompetitive ball he threw up there.
The most productive thing he did yesterday was fake hot route receivers and then run the ball. Did you see that? He was faking like he was calling like a million different audibles, and then it would just be a run play.
Huh? He's not a very good quarterback.
I guess it worked.
Not a very good quarterback. But you've now lost to Joe Flacco and Bryce Young on the air.
Also,
Joe
because
Flacco, pretty good.
I saw the comment come through, and I wasn't going to do this, but because someone else commented it, Micah really didn't show up a whole lot. And you guys laughed at me for saying that he doesn't show up sometimes.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
It was a Carolina Panthers game.
You waited until 8 games?
He's literally only shown up the biggest in fourth quarters this year.
And
it's
then
the first time in his career he's not had a pressure.
In a game that he should
eat. If you are going to evaluate on a singular event, like we've been stressing, I'm done with this. We're moving on. This is crazy.
We're bringing this up in November.
Yeah, what's 1 for 8? What is that percentage-wise?
It's 12.5%.
Yeah.
Against the team he should have destroyed.
Hunter.
Well, no, because they had a fully healthy offensive line, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
Oh.
No, I know. He should have. Look.
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing.
Rashawn Gary also didn't show up.
I'm not disagreeing with the premise that Micah did not have a good game. I'm not disagreeing.
Rashawn Gary was nowhere to be found as well.
But let's not act like this was a bad trade to make because he had one bad game.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is something that happens with him.
Moving on.
Taylor chimes in. I knew I'd get Hunter to run with that one. Dan the man, I concur with Hunter. Oh, man. The injuries were no fun either, but McManus got to go. I do want to hear, before we get to stock up, stock down, from Matt LaFleur on the kicking. situation after McManus misses another field goal this week. Taylor Haversek, or what's his name? Not Taylor Haversek. Lucas Haversek, thank you, is still on the roster. I was reading a comment from Taylor who said he was stirring the pot. Lucas Haversek is still on the roster. He's been a healthy scratch each of the last 2 weeks. McManus has missed kicks each of the last 2 weeks. Something's got to give. Obviously, make that field goal. Maybe you're playing an overtime game. Maybe. Here's Matt LaFleur after the game when asked if they would consider making a change at the kicker position.
I'm not. Yeah, we got to evaluate everything that we're doing right now.
Sounds like a man who is lost. He's holding the map upside down and doesn't know where the hell he's going, Will said earlier. Pretty good analogy. I get it. It's a loss that is going to hurt, and you're going to question a lot of your decision making, and you're going to question just about everything that went wrong in that game. I get it. And this is right after the game when Matt LaFleur says that, but we got to evaluate everything we're doing right now. Yeah. You think? You think? Thanks for cracking the code on that one, Matt.
Punting looked good, though. Daniel Whelan's a star.
They didn't punt.
But it has looked good. They don't need to reevaluate that.
Hey, here's the other thing about this game.
That is the crazy.
They scored 13 points and they didn't punt.
It's like a statistical anomaly.
13! You score 13 points, you're not going to win a lot of football games.
I mean,
Spoiler alert.
up until that touchdown from Josh Jacobs, they had, when you included the penalty yardage, they had negative yards in the red zone.
Yeah.
And it's not just one thing. It's obviously bad play calling is part of it. Making mistakes and committing penalties is another part of it. It's just all around not what you need. It's a undisciplined team playing undisciplined in the most important moments.
All right, I'm gonna do one thing we're not gonna do, and I'm gonna do one thing we're not gonna acknowledge, and then we're gonna get the stock up, stock down. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This
Can
one
you
from
say that
one of the
again?
Matthews in our
That's
chat.
the most confusing thing ever.
I understood that.
Well, I'm going to acknowledge these to not acknowledge these.
Yes.
This one from one of the Matthews in our chat. Do you think if Malik Willis plays, they win? Okay, we're not going to acknowledge that. from a different Matthew on YouTube. I saw a comparison / similarity online. In 2010, the Packers lost their second game of the season. It was 16-13 in a bad loss, and they also lost their star tight end in Jermichael Finley.
I've seen this too.
I have too. I am a believer in history repeating itself. I don't think that's the case today. But maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe they'll win the Super Bowl without Tucker Kraft. I think you might need him to win the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah.
You think? We'll find out, though. All right, time now for Stock Up, Stock Down. We do this after every Packers game. Some stocks go up, some stocks go down, some stay the same. And it's coming off a loss, so I imagine lots of stocks going down on Stock Up, Stock Down. Let's get right into it.
Stock down.
Yeah, let's start with the negative today. Guy we just mentioned, Brandon McManus, misses another kick that ultimately would have tied that game and brought it to overtime. A lot of other issues in this game. I don't think the loss solely falls on Brandon McManus. But his stock is dramatically falling. To the point where I think if the Packers said sayonara, thanks for your services at some point this week, not one person would go, huh? Why would you do that? What? Yeah, no, you're not getting that reaction. McManus, clearly something still isn't right for him. Yeah, just bad. And I get it was windy. I get it all. I can hear every excuse. He hasn't been good enough since returning from his quad injury. So stock down to Brandon McManus.
Stock down.
I've already talked about him.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
I've already been using this. He's already been stock down for me. I don't know how his stock could drop any further before I just start saying to fire him. It's Matt LaFleur. He doesn't know the right buttons to push with this team. He hasn't known for a long time. His play calling is inconsistent. His in-game decision-making is abhorrent.
Oh, wow.
He is embarrassing the players on the field with his actions week in and week out. He doesn't know what he's doing. He seems lost. He seems scared. And I think he is making his way towards being in a spot where he has to decide if he's going to be a college football head coach or he's going to search for more employment in the NFL because he is having a very hard time figuring out how to take a talent just ridden with a roster just ridden with talent and make them into winners.
So hold on, before we move on from LaFleur, what you said at the top is very interesting to me. I don't know how much further his stock can drop before I say to flat out fire him.
Yes.
Are you closer to saying fire LaFleur than you are to saying this team is a real Super Bowl contender?
Yeah.
Get his ass, Josh.
I just want you to know something, Josh. As Will eggs you on. As you were saying that, Will was back there cackling, kicking his feet, and clapping.
Because notably the past couple weeks I've agreed with Josh on the Matt LaFleur is not a good coach train. So.
Okay. Hawkins says, thanks, Josh. This is what I came to hear.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Stock Up.
Stock up.
Stock up naturally to Luke Musgrave as Tucker Kraft is lost for the season with the ACL tear. Musgrave's a guy we've talked about on this show in the last couple of weeks. It's a guy who wasn't seeing a lot of playing time because Kraft has been that dominant, despite being the higher drafted tight end in the same draft as Tucker Kraft, and a guy a lot of people were excited about his speed and receiving ability. He's not the greatest blocker in the world. That's why you see a guy like John Fitzpatrick get reps over him when Kraft was still healthy. But he is a receiving threat and somebody that's obviously going to see a lot more time the remainder of the season as Tucker Kraft is out with that ACL tear. I thought Musgrave looked good in the limited opportunity we saw him yesterday, but we will quite obviously see more of him the remainder of the season. So stock up naturally to Luke Musgrave.
Quick bonus stock up, 11 personnel. Going to be running that a lot without Tucker Kraft.
That's correct. I was rooting for the 21 or the 22 personnel all season long, and then Tucker Kraft became the best tight end in football, so I said, just do whatever you got to do, I guess. Going to be a lot of 11. You're absolutely right about that. All right, another stock up.
Stock up.
Xavier McKinney having an interception and a sack/forced fumble. Little disappointed in the 2 first-round picks who watched the ball hit the ground and stared at it while Chuba Hubbard picked it up and ran it for 6 yards. But I think Xavier McKinney has quietly been good all season. It's just teams don't even bother really looking his way because they know what a ball hawk he is and he knows how he can change games. They put him in a spot to make plays, and he did that this week, so that was good to see, and I'm happy to see him get back into the turnover game.
Stock down.
Oh, there's like 18 options of where we could go next. This isn't making me feel better like it has in past weeks. Especially now that I say stock down to all pronouns. We did the math before the season. Super Bowl champions on average have between 5 and 6 all pros on their roster. The Packers lost a guy who was going to be a bona fide all-pro for them if he continued on the trajectory he was on in Tucker Kraft. Rashawn Gary was going to need to play almost a perfect season the remainder of the way to get an all-pro nod. Kind of non-existent yesterday. Micah Parsons will still be an all-pro, but that legitimately at this point in the season may be your only one. I don't think anybody on that offensive line is going to get an all-pro nod. I don't think any of those receivers will. I don't think Jacobs has been good enough. For only, I think it's 2 spots for running backs. Jordan Love hasn't been good enough consistently this season when those are going to be gobbled up by Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, more than likely. Drake May has been better than him. Daniel Jones has been better than him throughout the season. I mean, I think you're staring in the face of your guys just might not be good enough to fall into the category of you need that many all-pros, and you lose a guy that looked like he was headed that way in Tucker Kraft. So, stock down to all-pro nods. Before we move on, David, stock down. Bubble screens. It's well said by David. All right, let's try to be a little bit more, I don't know, more negativity.
Stock down.
Stock down to Jordan Love. 1 bad interception and a second that should have been another interception. I have a question, and maybe I've been pondering this a little bit.
Do you think I'll have an answer?
I think I know what you're going to ask.
Is Matt LaFleur holding Jordan Love back? Is he ruining the development of a talented quarterback?
You know the answer. We've talked about this before.
It seems like there is a lack of trust in the guy, and he gives them reasons to not trust him. But also, he also makes incredible throws. Can play when he's playing on time. He is as good as any. But you can't. I mean, that 4th and 8, I know it was a desperate situation. You got put probably in a bad spot by your head coach. And the play call, if you watch it back on the All-22, ugly. No one was ever really open at any point. There was just aimless. So, yeah, I don't think he had his best game. I don't know if he was given the opportunity to have his best game as well, but stock down to Jordan Love.
Stock up.
We have hit an all-time low in the YouTube chat, so stock up to the YouTube chat. Josh just chimed in. I want Mike McDaniel as the next head coach.
Oh, Jesus. He's more of a fraud than Matt LaFleur.
I'm loving everybody's stock up, stock downs coming in on the YouTube chat. We'll get to some of them at the end of the segment, so keep those rolling in. But that's an all-time low. Stock up to Josh Jacobs. Got the run game going a little bit. Had a couple long runs yesterday. Can you tell him grasping for straws a little bit, Joshy?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's all I have to say. Stock up to Josh Jacobs.
Stock up.
I've got a positive here. And the two guys helping us on this program know a little something about this. It's stock up to not having Super Bowl expectations. I get to go every single week now and just watch my team and, hey, hope for the best. Maybe good things will come out of this. Maybe we'll find a new player that can be used in the future. I don't have to worry about, is my team going to be in an NFC championship game, grinding it out, fighting all the pressure and the anxiety that comes with it. I'm free rolling this season. I've got nothing to worry about.
It is so refreshing.
It is what it is.
It's so fun.
Yes,
Games
it's
like
the
yesterday.
best.
Hold on.
It's
Hold
so
on.
fun.
You get some wins and you get excited.
Yeah.
Maybe in maybe 2026 is our year.
Already?
Maybe.
No. You're already done with this season?
Tucker Kraft is out. He's both the passing game and the running game. Matt LaFleur can't coach to save his life.
So we're out of 2025.
Done. Kiss it goodbye.
Turn the page.
Bye-bye. I'm on to next season. You say on to next week, I'm on to next year.
Okay, but if they boat race the Eagles on Monday?
Fun. What a game.
What if they win a playoff game?
Good for them.
No expectations. That's a fun win.
Yeah.
That's an objectively fun
Free
win.
roll. I'm at the casino. I'm pulling the machine, and I'm not paying. Cha-ching. Free money.
I'm starting to think Josh is panicking. Starting to think that way.
I'm not panicking. I've given up. You can't panic when you've given up. I said uncle. I tapped out.
All right, let's get to a couple of the fan suggestions. Give me a stock up, Sander.
Stock up.
Stock up to Will and Hunter reveling in Packers fans' pain.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the world of no expectations, where it is so fun.
It's just so refreshing. And then, too, you can be freed up to just, watch other games, too. And you're like, oh, this doesn't really change anything for my standings. It doesn't matter. I can just enjoy other games, and I don't have to put pressure on playoff seedings. It's so nice.
Give me stock down.
Stock down.
Stock down to the Packers in their throwback uniforms. Believe they are they 2-1? Oh, well, I guess throwback. They're 0-1. What was the whiteout, the winter warning? They're 2-0 in those, right? Mm-hmm. Commanders and Steelers. So stock up to the whiteout uniform, stock down to the throwback uniforms. It's good. Give me another stock down.
Stock down.
Shanahan coaching tree.
Good one.
Yeah. So there you have it. And then Chef Ed chimes in. Will is excited that Caleb Williams has more touchdown catches than Matthew Golden.
That can't be right.
You got to stop with this whole, that can't be right. DJ Moore had more passing touchdowns than Jordan Love yesterday.
No.
Is that true?
I'm not doing this with you.
Keep it up, Will.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get to Will in a moment, because I imagine that won't be hilarious at all with the Bears winning in walk-off fashion over the Cincinnati Bengals and the Packers losing yesterday, but that certainly won't be fun when we get to...
Can I do one more stock up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stock up.
Stock up to Hingle McCringleberry and the Key and Peele skit. Rico Dowdle did the celebration where famously In the skit, the guy does 3 pumps and gets flagged for it because you can only do 2. Rico Dowdle did 2 and got flagged for unsportsmanlike penalty, which pushed the extra point back, and they missed, so it almost cost them the game. This is an actual quote from Rico Dowdle after the game. From my understanding and everything I've learned, we go over stuff like this every week in the meeting room. I definitely think you're supposed to get 2 pumps. Hopefully I don't get a fine.
All right, can you give us your best Rico Dowdle, Hingle McCringleberry impression? Why not?
Not doing it. No.
We don't need to be hip.
Yeah, let's not.
Well, he's talking about it.
Everybody saw it.
This is a family
Everybody
show.
saw it, yeah.
Oh,
Family friendly.
Excuse me. John chimes in. I thought I liked Will. Now I don't.
Welcome to the club. My haters fuel me.
All right, we mentioned it at the top, but officially coming through today, Tucker Kraft, his season is over.
Dead. We're dead.
Yeah, I don't know if I can think of a worse injury. Micah, maybe?
Yeah, it's Micah, it's Jordan, and then it's Tucker Kraft. He has over 300 yards in Yak this season. You want to know who the next is and how much they have?
Yeah, for Green Bay?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a fun game.
It's a really obvious one.
Is it Dobbs?
Yeah.
Okay.
He has 80.
Oof.
And when Tucker Kraft goes out, guess what? We got a whole lot more Romeo Dobbs. And what happened? A thing I've been saying for a long time. When he's the focal point of the offense, you look slow, you barely move the ball, you don't create explosive plays. Well. Welcome. There you go, Matt LaFleur. You got what you wanted. Your Romeo Dobbs targets. It got you a loss to the Panthers.
Yeah. That's about as demoralizing of a loss as we've had in a long time for this team. Because I sent this in a text, I think, last night. The Browns' loss was bad and crappy, and you felt gross about it the next day. But then it happened again. Right, when they lost in Cleveland, I think we all kind of had the mindset of, oh, that's a bad loss. It's something you can't have happen. But at least they got it out of the way. At least they just, they can learn from this. It's something they can learn from. And then they do it again. And this time at Lambeau Field. In debatably even grosser fashion. You didn't punt a single time. You were in the red zone 5 times. You scored 13 points. That's bad. Who wants to talk about bubble screens? I mean, seriously. Everybody looked lost yesterday from an offensive perspective. And Matt LaFleur is going to wear it, man. Matt LaFleur is going to wear it. He's going to have to wear it. Doesn't really have an option of anything but to wear it. That's the concerning part. Matt LaFleur tries to wear it in his post-game press conference, saying, it starts with me. Let me know if you've heard this one before. Here's the head coach after the loss.
Not do a good enough job. 100% starts with me. Give credit to Carolina. They played the game that they had to play in order to beat us in regards to trying to run the football consistently throughout the course of the game and just make us dink and dunk the ball down the field, which we were able to move the ball, and then played good defense in the red zone. We had the 2 turnovers, missed a field goal. So we did enough things just, we deservedly got our ass beat.
We deservedly got our ass beat.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Dave Canales ate his lunch yesterday.
Ate it.
And Dave Canales
went back for seconds.
Crazy to think that the head coach that has a game plan and executes it wins the game.
Dr. Denver Dan. Surprise! That clip is 7 years old. It's not. That is from yesterday. But it could sound like one from 2019. It really could. I mean,
Has Matt LaFleur blamed himself on enough stuff for long enough that finally everyone just started being like,
you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
Good point. This is your fault. Because for a while we kept saying, well, he's just taking accountability for his guys. But no, you're right. You did cost us the win yesterday. You are the single biggest factor to why the Packers have a second loss on the season.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats. You did it. You got us all to believe you.
All you, buddy. All you. Okay.
I'm
No, go ahead.
I've gotten to the point with head coaches in the state of Wisconsin where I'm like, I don't need you to tell me that you're the problem. Like, between LaFleur and Fickle both doing it all the time, I'm like, yeah, bud, we know. We definitely know already. You don't need to keep reminding us. You're just making me more mad.
You guys have alleviated any of my doubt. I know you're the problem.
Eagles, Giants, Vikings, Lions, Bears, Broncos, Bears, Ravens, Vikings.
JJ McCarthy's gonna whoop our ass.
Okay.
Jackson Dart.
Relax.
He's so gone. He's so far gone, Josh.
Josh is on another
I was gonna
planet.
say, the Giants, with the way things are going, Dable could get fired right before that Packers game, and then you get the fired coach, fired up team. Like,
Can't have that.
The way the Packers play, the last thing you want to see is a team that has nothing to lose.
yeah.
It's a good point by you. Yeah, we'll see. Next Monday night, a week from today.
Like, I know Josh is out and that, but like, this genuinely is the tipping point of the season for the Packers. If they don't respond from this game, it is genuinely over. But they still could like bounce back. This fires them up and they're ready to go and things get fixed. I don't think they will, but
Here's the thing that I know we're going to do. If they win on Monday against Philadelphia, we're going to come back here next Wednesday.
Not me. Keep me out of this. Keep me out of this. I said it's on to 2026. I'll be here. I'll talk about what happens week to week. You're not going to hear the S word, the SB word out of me no more. Done. It's gone. Retired.
Josh, you're gonna
Coming
watch
back.
the Badgers basketball game tonight instead. Like you're gonna go all in on college hoops.
I'm a hoops guy.
No,
maybe I've I always run out of time to watch hockey and then I join the season too late. Maybe I'm a puck guy.
Oh, this is actually hilarious. I walked in here today and he was looking up the list of top young hockey stars.
Had to check
Were
out
you?
Bedard. See where he was. Number 2 behind Macklin Celebrini.
Yep. The Blackhawks are fun
What's
to
going
watch
on?
too, Joshy. Hop on board.
I'm finding new hobbies.
He also didn't know I was coming. He was genuinely just doing that by himself.
Finding new hobbies. What do you mean? I lost a lot of time.
Saturdays and
I'm filled with
Sundays are
something.
wide open because of how bad the football teams are. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Blackhawks are very fun this year, too.
Yeah.
Frankie
See? At least
Nazar,
I can have fun.
Yeah.
At least I can watch a bad team be fun.
I don't know what to say.
I love
The
this new
biggest homer
Josh.
is meeting the guy that's out now.
I don't know what to say.
I think I've done my job today.
Wow. You're the man.
If it gets bad enough, we might have to add a
You
segment.
think it's going to get worse than this?
Joshy's Pucks minute.
Yeah.
I just talk about Puck and what I've been seeing going on.
I think I'm good without that.
Wow.
And I may be good without this, depending on how this goes today. Because, well, I'm just going to say it, I'm nervous. I've never been nervous for one of these. I'm nervous today. Will Sommers does his best Chris Berman impression. And he leads us through what happened this
Look
weekend.
at this. Look at the chat really killing it today. Maybe I'll get into morning drinking. Premier League and F1. Try out some morning soccer, Josh. Only thing worse about Packers ruining your Sunday is at noon is your Packer team ruining your day at 8 a.m. Yeah, what? Maybe I'm a Manchester U guy.
I can't wait that we're about to go through the same no expectations life together. Like, I have so many things to show you. Like, wait till you learn about Tuesday Mac football.
Maybe
Maction's the best.
Let's start this week.
Yes.
You know
Yep.
we had the Tyson Bagent meter?
Yep.
Don't.
No. I'm not doing that.
I also have an update for the Tyson Bagent meter.
We don't want to hear it. Put it in your rules week or you don't get it. We're having serious conversation here. I might start my own red zone on the main TV meter.
Wow.
Packers get side screened.
What about red zone?
Hold on a minute.
What?
That
Can we start to acknowledge you're overreacting a little bit?
No.
That's a lash out.
You're overreacting a tad bit.
I have
he's
a
not.
very good fantasy football team, and it's going to make me a lot more happy if they win than whatever this Packers season's going to happen. I got a lot riding on Christian McCaffrey, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Devontae Adams.
We've got a great compliment from Michael on the ESPN Madison YouTube stream. He says, I can't with these four. Nerd herd. Not going to do it for my background noise while I eat my lunch.
Oh,
The nerd herd. I kind of like that nickname.
Well, he
for
also
us.
dropped a bye, so bye, Mike.
See you, Mike. All right, well, their time to shine. Will Sommers, weekend in review.
What's up, Hunter and losers?
Got him.
Let's go to Green Bay, where the Panthers came to town to take on the Packers. It was looking like a solid first drive for the Packers until Kavion Williams gave in to the Panthers defense and fumbled the ball back to Carolina. On the next drive for the Panthers, Bryce Young looked for Xavier Legette in the end zone, but missed badly. Luckily, Xavier next of Kinney was the next closest guy there to pick off the former number 1 overall pick. The interception would only lead to a field goal, though, after LaFleur's offense stalled. Packers lead 3-0. The ensuing Panthers drive went just how they drew it up after Rico Doodle ran it up the middle from 5 yards out to give the Panthers a 7-3 lead over the Packers. Right before the half, Brandon McMahon Suss would net a 27-yard field goal. The Packers trailed the Panthers 6-7 after being 13.5-point favorites. Coming out of the half, McMahon Ass decided to reclaim his nickname and shanked a 43-yard field goal. Still trailing 67, the Packers would get the ball back, but Warden Love should have put himself in jail after this atrocious interception he threw into triple coverage intended for Christian Watson. On the next drive for the Panthers, Rico McCringleberry said one's not enough and double pumped up his stat line for his second touchdown of the game. Panthers lead 13-6. After turning down the A Tribe Called Quest song, Can I Kick It? Yes, you can. Matt Chauffeur drove the offense into oncoming traffic after deciding to go for it on 4th and 8 from the 13-yard line and didn't get it. Still down 13-6, though, the Packers will get lucky and get the ball back where Josh Shish Kebab would skewer the Panthers defense for a touchdown to tie the game up at 13. After getting the ball back with just under 3 minutes remaining, the Panthers would drive down the field to set up Ryan Fitzgerald Ford, who elected to end the game on a 49-yard field goal. The Panthers, as 13.5-point underdogs, win outright? Elsewhere in the NFC North, the Bears came away with a thrilling 47-42 win over the Bengals. And I just wanted to clear the air about some stats I saw floating around there. I just don't want anybody to get misinformed here. I didn't look up if these were true or not, but I refuse to believe that they're true. That Caleb Williams has more receiving touchdowns than Matthew Golden this season. Don't believe that. That's definitely not true. It can't be. And also that DJ Moore had more passing touchdowns, who's a wide receiver, than Jordan Love, who's a quarterback, yesterday. That also cannot be true. I simply cannot sit here and tell you that I believe that that's a real fact or a stat. With your Will's Weekend Review, I'm Will Sommers.
have you seen? Great job by Will. I got to be honest, I wasn't entirely listening because our chat has been taken over by F1 chat and soccer. We're an F1 show. McLaren, big rivalry.
I would be totally fine if we became a soccer show.
I'm going to suspend all of you. Wednesday's show is going to be me. It's going to be me on Wednesday's show.
Liverpool's struggling right now.
McLaren.
It's been tough.
Mm-hmm.
Will, there are people very mad at you in the chat.
I just love how Hawken is so against Josh picking Man U. He says they shouldn't be drawing against 19th place Forest.
That is tough. Maybe I got to.
So,
Yeah.
What
Hawken,
about Liverpool?
Hawken is one of my college roommates. He is a West Ham fan, and he is a Premier League guy. It's how I got into Wolverhampton. I will tune in live every week if it becomes a soccer show. I hate to break it to you, Hawk. It's not happening. I think Wednesday's show is just going to be me. I don't know if I could do this. Josh, I need you back in after today's show.
I won't do it. I won't even dip a toe.
I won't even dip a toe.
No.
What could happen for you to get back in, Josh?
Finish the season with
Run the table?
No, that's a little much. Let's be honest. It's Matt LaFleur out there. He's still going to have some hiccups.
They're 5-2-1.
Uh-huh.
They have 9 games left.
They have to go 7-2.
I think they very well could go 7.
They just lost their best offensive weapon. He helps the run, and he is the pass game. Matt LaFleur hasn't figured out what fourth down means and when you're supposed to go for it. Their kicker sucks ass. They can't stop the run. You think the Eagles are going to be like, wow, we should really air the ball out against these dopes? No, it's going to be Saquon Barkley 40,000 times. 600 yards.
600 yards. I just have never seen you so crushed by a regular season loss.
Matt
It's
LaFleur
not
broke
just
him.
the loss. It's not just the loss. It's the losses. It's the play
You know
calling.
what? No, you know what? You know how bad it is?
You're out too?
No, I'm not out too. But you know how
never
bad
be out.
you know how bad it is when Matthew chimes in with this. John Fitzpatrick legacy game loading.
See?
I mean, it's really that bad, huh?
I'm going to be honest. I knew that this would, I've told my wife, I've said it before, content for me is way more fun when the Packers do lose games. Not just because I cheer against them a lot of the times, but just I think it is more fun. This has been the most fun I've ever had after a Packers loss. This game literally broke the fan base, and I'm loving it.
Don't have Josh speak for all of us.
I think
This
Josh
game
is
broke
representative
Josh.
of a large majority of the
Yeah.
fan base.
I'm just saying the things you're too afraid to say.
Which are? The season's over? I'm not going to say that.
That
They're in first place in the NFC
their
North.
head coach is a problem, and he's preventing them from being a Super Bowl
I've said
team.
that.
Well, then what are we doing? Playing tiddlywinks?
I don't. As you said last week, I'm just going to remind you what you said on Friday.
Yeah.
I believe Matt LaFleur is capable of evolving and adjusting. You said this 3 days ago.
I've changed my mind. I would like to say when the evidence becomes as much as it is to this point of lack of change, we just have to accept reality.
You've said that 3 days ago.
Yeah. There's been a material change. You lost as 13-point favorites. This is the worst loss in franchise history since the AFL and NFL joined together. That's how bad it is.
You mean from a spread perspective, correct?
Yes. Yes. It's the worst.
David chimes in. Tiddlywinks.
You were playing tiddlywinks.
I don't think Josh has ever used the word tiddlywinks when not referring to Matt LaFleur. He every time he uses that word, he's talking about Matt LaFleur.
Because that's what he does.
He plays tiddlywinks?
Yeah.
He does.
That's what he's got on his little play sheet there.
I'm not delusional, Chef Ed. I'm not delusional.
You are delusional.
I've said, would you shut up for 2 seconds?
Delulu.
By the way, a large portion of the fans of this show agree. 90 votes on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube, with 52% of the fans saying Matt LaFleur's play calling is the biggest concern.
I voted for.
39% on the ESPN Madison. So
That's what I voted for. He's a problem, and it's not been a good season for him. But do I believe he can get better? Yeah, I do. I don't think that's delusional. I think that's
I mean, he's a 7th-year head coach. 8th.
7th.
It's like when you get to a certain point,
He's regressed.
you get to a
He's
certain
getting worse.
age in life, you stop growing.
Yeah.
Vertically. He's done growing.
It's a bad loss.
I think,
His growth plates have ended.
yeah, sticking with it this long would be like saying, oh, Justin Harrell is still going to be a good defensive tackle.
Okay, no, it's not.
I still might think
that's-
you're hanging on
could
that
be
long.
clutch in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, yes. I but also this is year 3 of the Jordan Love experiment. which obviously it's more than an experiment when you sign him to a long.
How many head coaches get 3 years to figure it out?
But he's won a playoff game in those 3 years.
Oh.
Against an incredibly
Where's the banner for
flawed
winning
team.
a
So
playoff
all of them.
I would
if
like
you win a playoff
I'm
game,
going to submit to the Packers a new patent idea. Win one playoff game town. That's where we are.
It's not title
Wild
town.
card
It's,
weekend town.
I'm having a hard time responding to you. I'm having a hard time having a
cooking.
conversation with you.
Yeah. You're
Keep up the
welcome.
good work, Josh.
That's right, Shefty. Shefty agreed early.
Keep up the good work,
Who
Josh.
agreed what? That you know what you're talking about?
Uh-huh.
I still think they're a good team. I don't know that they're a great team. I don't know that they are the team to beat, but I still think they are a good team. David just won't stop. Trust me, guys. The 20-second bubble screen is going to break for a long one. All right.
The Romeo Dobbs fly route. He'll get open. Trust me. Target him in the red zone. Yes.
It's clear everybody needs to take a damn breath.
That 6'4" guy, Christian Watson, who's made 2 incredible plays. What do we need him for? Let's throw out Malik Heath and see what he's going to do.
Well, Watson wasn't hurt, right? But Golden, Kraft, or was Watson hurt? Oh, yeah, Watson was being evaluated for a concussion.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody was injured at the end. That's why Malik Heath was out there.
no, he's always good for one catch a game.
Yeah, you got to get everybody get
Just
theirs.
one.
We spread the ball around.
You got to
here.
spread the ball around. Time now for what we missed and what we learned, which is presented by Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. Sounded like we could all use some Door County Distillery.
Yeah.
Bourbons, rums, well, whiskeys. I love the bourbon. Rums. Gins, vodkas, brandies, anything you need to elevate your parties, gatherings, or tailgates, or holiday parties, whatever you got going on. Elevate it with Door County Distillery. Visit the website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you. Again, that's doorcountydistillery.com. College basketball is back. Woohoo. Game of the night, Green Bay at Kansas.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Marquette hosting UAlbany
Yeah, definitely.
on ESPN Plus, too.
Wisconsin's got Campbell, I believe, on the Big Ten Network Plus.
Yep.
And then Milwaukee, Hampton. Milwaukee's got Hampton up the street at UW and Panther Arena.
Ooh, that's a tough game.
There you go.
Hampton's
Should be a
that's
good
a
one.
quality program. They're a tournament team.
It is a quality program. All right, well, what do you got?
All right, I got a word, and then I got something else. Hopefully it'll raise the spirits a little bit. But my word is abhorrent, which is pretty on brand for today's show. It is something that causes strong dislike, hatred, or disgust, making it detestable or loathsome. Matt LaFleur's coaching is abhorrent and is leading Josh to question his fandom and quite possibly his life.
Quite possible.
And also, I will be participating in No Shave November. Yeah, that was the other thing I had.
How do you think that's going to go for you?
I don't know. I've never tried to grow a beard.
Do you shave?
Yes.
Okay.
Good start.
Yeah.
So, but now I will no longer be shaving for around, 27 more days here?
More than that, but yes. Oh, yeah, 27. The third already.
Yeah.
Do you grow facial? No, I've never seen
Were
it.
you just not listening?
No,
He
No,
wasn't.
yeah, he wasn't.
He
No.
wasn't listening
No,
at all.
I
He
mean,
checked
he
out. It
literally
wasn't
just
about
talked about
him, so
that.
he checked out.
Uh-oh.
I'm checking out.
You checked out?
Yeah. That's as simple as that.
You weren't listening.
No, I was. I heard you say it.
You asked the same questions I asked. And got the same results. Matt
I got specific.
You and Matt LaFleur, buddies. Buds, no wonder you believe.
They're the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Will, real advice on growing out the facial hair, you're going to have to battle through the itchiness that's going to
The
hit
itchies.
you. Yeah, in about a week and a half here. That's going to be the tough one.
How did you reach this decision?
I've just never done it before, so I figured I'd use the No Shave November month to use it as an excuse to start trying.
And you shave what, about once a week?
No, like once every other day or every 2 days.
We're using a razor blade or an electric razor?
Razor blade.
Wow.
Shaving cream?
No, I just use water. Yes, I use shaving cream.
He goes dry.
Screw up your
Come on.
face.
Come on.
Well, he doesn't grow facial hair. How am I supposed to know?
He apparently does, or unless he's
You
just
can come back here and look. There's a little something there.
There's a little something.
And I shaved Friday. Was the last time.
Which part of your face will be the best? Like, will it be the stash? Will it be the goatee?
He
The
doesn't know.
sideburns?
I don't know. It's probably the sideburns. That's usually what grows.
What's the
fastest.
previous longest you've gone without shaving?
Like a week, maybe.
Oh man,
So
this is going to be a whole
We're
new
already,
experience for you.
3-4 days in.
I'm nervous. All right. Well, appreciate you filling us in on that venture of yours.
Yeah. Hopefully my hair fills in on my face.
I mean, he brought more than you did this past ending of the segment. Yes, you just repeated questions. He at least gave us something.
At least he was locked
Do what
in.
Strouf does. Rank everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
What? Go ahead, what?
Will just told you to do something. Were you not listening?
No. No, it's the end of the show. See ya. Goodbye.
We'll talk to you Wednesday at 12:30 Central. ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. What a show this was today. Talk more about it. We'll try to get Joshy back on the Packers bandwagon later in the week. Not happening?
No.
We'll talk to you.
Blackhawks play tonight.
I don't care.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you
Connor
Wednesday.
Bedard season.
Goodbye.